Some clients that I've had recently. So a perfect example were two senior executives in the blockchain space. One's very much a technology wonderkin in his late 20s. Another one, somebody who's been on Wall Street in his 40s for years, incredibly smart. And they were really trying to understand whether they should work together, whether this was a venture that they could partner with. There was different communication styles. So it was a combination of individual consulting, team effectiveness, and even some organizational strategies. It was a really interesting project. And it's pretty funny. I mean, when you work with people that smart and they've been really good at what they've done their whole lives, they're not necessarily always used to being challenged. So I have a really pretty funny story. One of the founders was kind of going on and on one day, and I said, well, that's nice. But at some point, you have to decide, are you more committed to your vision or your bullshit? And he took a step back. He's like, what did she just say to me? And I go, well, I think what you're telling me, based upon some initial investor conversations, your vision may have $1 billion valuation in a couple of years. Your bullshit may give you an adrenaline kick. I don't think it's going to get you paid, though. But hell, I'm here on your dime, so you can talk about either. And he kind of laughed, because people who are that intense, you know, if you're going to call them out, it's done with a sense of humor. But what it did is really help them focus on what are these things that were creating noise and drama. And to be frank, we're a bit of a sort of emotional security blanket, so they didn't have to get to the difficult work of how are they clarifying their vision, how are they clarifying where they want to go forward. Interestingly enough, after working with them, it really did come out that it probably was best that they did partner together, that they had different, not only was there communication style differences, but more importantly, there were differences in the vision on where the company needed to go. And what I'm really proud of is I think that when they decided to part ways, they did it from a place of mutual respect, open and honest communication. I mean, obviously those things are difficult, they're emotional, they're tough, but they were, rather than having some big blow up, they really were able to part with as respectful partners with the openness that maybe at some point they will work together in the future. So that was, you know, wasn't necessarily in my financial best interest. It would have been better if they stayed together, but you know, listen, at the end of the day, a coach is there to serve the best interest of their clients. And at the end of the day, that is really what matters. So that was a really fascinating example.